place to catch up with friends, relax in a friendly atmosphere and enjoy great service and food, then Buckley's can offer a fun evening that the whole family can enjoy. In our bistro you can enjoy a selection from our extensive menu, including family favourites. On those sunny days, our alfresco is the perfect setting to enjoy a meal, catch up with friends, or watch your favourite sport on 2 large plasma TVs. Having a special occasion can be made easy by hiring our newly renovated function rooms. Buckley's, a venue of class that provides all your entertainment and function needs.
Good morning, welcome again to another edition of the GDFL Footy Show, coming to you live from Geelong on a beautiful Saturday morning. And of course, we're right into the finals action now. Preliminary final day today. Last week we saw the East Geelong Eagles advance straight through to the grand final with a resounding, well, it was only 10-point win over the Belpost Hill Panthers. And we'll have a little bit to say about that later in the show with the magnificent president of the Belpost Hill Panthers coming in this morning to have a chat to us as well. And on the Sunday game, well, the Tommy Tigers there back in town, don't you worry about that. Put paid to Bannockburn Susan once and for all. And Thompson now have the right to play this afternoon with the right the winner to go ahead and play the, I'll get it right, the East Geelong Eagles in the big one next Saturday afternoon, which of course will be a live telecast on Channel 31 of the big game and an all different format for the Footy Show next Saturday afternoon. More about that later. A very exciting week in local footy coming up. Hello, I'm Dick Philpott and welcome again. And once again, I've assembled some of the biggest names and brains in local football, and of course the 9-game veteran, number 25 for the Geelong Footy Club and Bannockburn legend and all-round nice bloke, Dale Smyth. Good morning.
Yeah, nice to be back here again, Dick. Looking forward to another good game of footy this afternoon, hopefully.
Unbelievable. Looking forward to again. You had a great afternoon or 2 afternoons last Saturday.
Yeah, look, it was
Sunday.
Both games were pretty good. The Belpost still left there, run a bit too late. They didn't need to give East Geelong a 44-point lead at three-quarter time and try and work their way home, but they had a couple of quiet spots during the course of the game, and as you said, the Thompson Tigers just clicked up a gear, I suppose you could say, Dick, and did the Bannockburn Tigers, who played about 10 minutes of football for the day, I reckon.
Back in town, the Tommy Tigers, maybe. Back in town. Jake, good morning.
Yeah, morning, Dick, and don't forget Dale's under-18s that are still flying around in those finals at the moment. I think he's every chance of knocking off your North Geelong boys in the under-18s, Dick.
I know the North Geelong boys won the swimming competitions last week out at St Ormond's Park. I know that was very damp in the morning and they did very, very well indeed. And of course, the man who needs absolutely no introduction, one of the originators of our wonderful footy show on a Saturday morning. I speak of Jason Doherty. Good morning, Jason.
Good morning, Richard. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Did you want to make any comments?
I just wanted to say that you were very conspicuous by your absence last week at St Albans. Where were you?
Was it Mother's Day? No.
Good try. Good try.
No, I was out at St Albans on Saturday morning.
Very early?
Yes, I was up with the Sparrows, as they say, looking at the North Geelong under-18 Magpies having a great win there, but I did have other commitments on the weekend.
Didn't stay around for the halftime entertainment? Didn't see you in there in the greys?
I had to go and watch the Magpies, of course, get absolutely creamed by the Bulldogs, but we won't talk about that again. And
that was
of
on
course,
Sunday, Dick.
Yeah, that was a Sunday game. That
doesn't get you off for Saturday.
I was leading up for my Sunday. Well, I was there Saturday, and then I just couldn't make it on Sunday because I had other engagements. Watching Collingwood and the Western Bulldogs. But I will be back today because it'll be a fantastic preliminary final. And you had a great weekend last week with the footy, Judge?
It was a good game. Yeah, it was a couple of good games. As Dale said, Belpost Hill unfortunately just left their run a little bit too late. They got the Raz at three-quarter time to get going. And, if they had played that sort of footy for 4 quarters, I think they may have nearly got over the line. East Geelong were a bit stunned in the last quarter, I think. And, Thompson came back. Beware the wounded tiger. They did well against Bannockburn on Sunday. So looking forward to what should be a great game today.
Should be a fantastic game. And, of course, as we said before, the Tommy Tigers back in town, Dale, and they seem to know how to just go up a cog when it comes to, nothing disrespect to our floor manager going up a cog, but going up a cog in the finals. And Tommy Tigers just, they know, they love September, don't they?
They do, and it was just really come down to, I suppose, 2 blokes. I thought that Glenn Wallace led the side very, very well. He's very clean across the half-forward line, and Nick Maheris, they both took a number of marks between the two of them, and they're all clean, one grabbers, and that was probably the difference, whereas Bannockburn, as I said, couldn't get any run on going in the game, and they played a bit like Belpost Hill in the last quarter, but can only do it for 5 or 7 minutes, and you're not going to win too many games doing that. So Thompson deservedly went through, and it'll be interesting to see what happens this afternoon.
Jake, any particular highlights that grabbed your attention on the weekend?
Oh, well, young Mitch Hodson from Thompson was one to look out for the future. I suppose they had a couple of their, lesser stars or unknowns perform pretty well on the weekend, and they'll be happy with that. Ryan Leonard did a terrific job on Peter Riccardi. He kicked 2 goals, but I thought Leonard did the job for him most of the game and kept him out of it before the game was pretty much over by the time Riccardi actually had any influence on the game. And yeah, I suppose it'll be interesting to see if those kids can back it up again today for Thompson.
We mention the guy's name probably every week, and we say he's probably one of the best go-to players in the footy. And if he's on the ground, he can basically be in any position. He was an absolutely instrumental focal point, Adam Scrobelack, last weekend, particularly with his 4 goals and the fact that he was voted best on the Grandale. He's really is. It's important for East Geelong to have him on the paddock, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, he makes a difference. And I suppose you sit back and you can look at the game and say, well, he started on the bench in the start of that last quarter. I think it took about 7 minutes for him to realise that something might have been happening, and he got himself on the ground pretty quickly. You just don't know for three-quarter time whether they'd switched off mentally a little bit too, which obviously helped Belpost Hill. And as I said, Belpost Hill had their chances to win that game too. They missed a couple of goals early in the last quarter, which probably would have just cruised that margin back, and then you just don't know what will happen in that final bit of pressure. But look, Scrobelack was tremendous. They had a few other players that sort of linked up well through there. Look, they're a pretty even, consistent side. Dean O'Hara and guy played in the other wing,
Jennings.
I don't know whether they had opponents on the weekend, because they just seemed to run through the midfield and pick up a number of possessions. They would have had 50 to 60 possessions between the two of them, and had plenty of time and space to pick the ball up and do what they liked.
Yep, Jake, we mentioned the fact that Tommy Tigers had a bad weekend last weekend, but Jackson McLeod back in the side makes a hell of a difference, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, I suppose not directly, because he only kicked the 1 goal on the last weekend, and that was pretty much at the end of the game, and the game was well and truly over. But I suppose he does straighten him up a fair bit, and you wouldn't expect him to have 2 down weeks in a row, so you reckon he'd get amongst the goals today.
Jace, any thoughts on Jackson McLeod? Has he lost a bit of form, or is he maybe coming back from that unfortunate injury that he sustained a couple of weeks ago, which people said that might have happened on the dance floor? No truth in that.
I think they covered him pretty well, Bannockburn. I think they, I think their defence worked pretty hard, pretty much like Belpost Hill. I just wanted to mention Bo McNamara, who played on Gloucester on Saturday in the second semi-final. I thought he had a great game, kept Gloucester pretty well, under wraps. And for a young boy, I think it's really great to see young blokes in the finals step up. And I think last year we saw the McLeod boys do it for Thompson, and this year it's good to see some young boys again doing it for their respective sides. Jake mentioned Mitch Hodgson. Great to have those blokes, and for the coaches and for the coaching staff for the sides to actually put some faith in them and give them some big jobs on game day, which is great to see. I'm sure it will happen again this afternoon.
The other bloke, Dick, was Timmy Barton. Played a pretty good game in the rough for Belpost Hill all day with the absence of Andrew Venner. And look, I would think that after last week's performance, I don't think they can afford to leave him out of the side, because he's a good kid. He puts himself. He's not scared to get in and mix it up with the big boys, so to speak. And he kicks a nice ball, pretty long ball. So I think he'd be an important part of their side coming forward this week.
Well, it should be a fantastic game this afternoon, and we'll certainly be talking a lot more about that in the show. We're going to take a short break in a moment. When we come back, we'll give you another winner in the Ellsworthy Retrovision competition for the 32-inch high-sense LCD television. It's taken me 20-odd rounds. I still can't get it right, but never mind. We'll have Dale's Under 18 segment. We've got a very special guest coming up, and all of the action on this afternoon. Back after this.
The place to catch up with friends, relax in a friendly atmosphere and enjoy great service and food. Then Buckley's can offer a fun evening that the whole family can enjoy. In our bistro you can enjoy a selection from our extensive menu, including family favourites. On those sunny days, our alfresco is the perfect setting to enjoy a meal, catch up with friends, or watch your favourite sport on 2 large plasma TVs. Having a special occasion can be made easy by hiring our newly renovated function rooms. Buckley's, a venue of class that provides all your entertainment and function needs.